Seychelles conducted its first national risk assessment in 2016 to identify, assess and better understand its money laundering and terrorist financing risks. This was followed by a mutual evaluation conducted by the AMLCFT to evaluate the level of implementation of a set of international standards established by the Financial Action Task Force known as FATF recommendations. AMLCFT, the Eastern and Southern Africa Anti-Money Laundering Group, is a regional body that subscribes to global standards to combat money laundering and financing of terrorism and proliferation. The National Risk Assessment and the Mutual Evaluation Reports were published in 2017 and 2018 respectively, both identifying deficiencies in the existing AML-CFT frameworks. A National AML-CFT Committee, NAC, mandated to propose and implement appropriate measures was established early in 2019 to intensify efforts to address those deficiencies. The development of a national strategy to guide the coordination of efforts to implement necessary reforms aimed at enhancing the country's AML-CFT framework in compliance with international standards was one of the first tasks the committee assigned to a group of technical staff from various agencies and institutions represented on the NAC. The resulting document, the Seychelles National Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Strategy, was finalized early this year and approved by the Cabinet of Ministers in July 2020. It has 5 key strategic objectives linked to combating money laundering, financing of terrorism, and proliferation financing, namely enhancing Seychelles' AML-CFT legal framework consistent with international standards, strengthening domestic and international cooperation, developing capacities of relevant public and private sector entities, implementing effective risk-based supervision and enforcement of measures, and strengthening intelligence, investigations, confiscation, and prosecution of related offences. To ensure the achievement of these objectives, a set of actions have been identified to be implemented via a multi-sectoral approach by the NAC, as well as other entities and stakeholders at the national level, playing a key role in the fight against money laundering and financing of terrorism.
It is not an easy task, but however, we need to protect the integrity of our financial system. So using the strategy, we need to ensure that we are based on the international best practices, as well ensure that we have close coordination. The National AML-CFT Committee will ensure the proper mechanism for the implementation of the strategy, and based on that, we will be reviewing it on a regular basis to ensure that all of the action that we have mentioned in the strategy that we are going to implementation, it is implemented effectively.
The full implementation of this strategy is expected to be completed by 2023, an endeavor which will assist Seychelles to remain compliant with international standards and safeguard the integrity of the country's financial system.